What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 23 of the Atletico Football Manager series. We're deep into the series now. Today, we've actually got another final, and it's a big one. It's a Copa del Rey, a trophy that we need to win for the series. But before we get into it, leave a like on the video, drop a comment below, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get into it. So then, guys, the first game we have was a game at home against, I believe that's Real Betis, the real name on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we do take the game 1-0 in what was quite a comfortable win. Not too many goals scored, but at the end of the day, as long as we're winning games, I'm not too fast, as Dybala tucks it past there into João Felix, who puts us 1-0 up. And that is literally the only goal in the game. So not too much to talk about, but as you can see by the stats, it was a game which we should have had more goals. We created the chances. Nothing was going in. So luckily, Felix was the guy to get the ball in the back of the net with a Dybala assist. Overall, an average performance from the team in terms of ratings. The back line had a good game. Ademi quite quiet, but we deserve to win in every aspect of the game, apart from possession, which we didn't have a lot of, which is something which we have been working on. So that's quite strange. But Real Betis created next to nothing. Not a bad team on paper. Or is that Real Sociedad? Not Real Sociedad. It is Real Betis. It is Real Betis. Not Real Sociedad. But overall, quite a disappointing result for them, I imagine. I know they come to us and we were at home, but they created next to nothing. Didn't really look like they cared, to be honest. So we'll take that. First win of the episode. On to the next match. We then take on Inter Milan in the second leg of the first knockout stage of the Champions League, and we won 3-0. Overall, I thought this tie would have been a lot more difficult than what it was. Now you can see there's João Felix tucking it in the right-hand corner. But 5-0 on aggregate overall, over two legs, is a fantastic result. Inter Milan, I'm surprised they didn't even manage to get a goal. But Sesko there showing his physical attributes. Dybala, easy for the lad. But no, I honestly thought Inter Milan would be a bit more of a challenge. Usually they're really good on Football Manager. I can't stress that enough, but we seem to deal with them very well. And Sesko there cuts it back. Dybala the man in space, and I mean, how are you saving that? The goalkeeper was oddly positioned though, quite to the right. But overall, a game which we deserved to win, and we did so. To be honest, the stats were reasonably even. It's just these three shots they had on target weren't even highlights, to be honest. Nothing was really caused, no danger, and it was Felix, Dybala again that gets the goal. Sesko there with 2 assists, which is very good. Overall, a very good, very good performance over both legs. I mean, a clean sheet over 2 games, 5 goals scored, and, through to the next stage, which is Borussia Dortmund. I will say that now. And let me tell you, that game had drama. That whole leg, big drama. Very big drama. Inter Milan, again, a very average performance. A fantastic team on paper as well. I mean, this midfield pairing here, cool. Absolute dream of any managers, that would be. I mean, Barella and Brozovic, fair play. But let's get into the next game and hopefully get another win. So we then head back to the league. We're away this time to Valencia in what was a 5-0 win. Valencia, a team which I've not really struggled against too much since this save actually started. And as you can see there, I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing, but it did eventually lead to them conceding a goal. Very clumsy from the goalkeeper. I think he miskicked it. And again there, no, sorry, I thought that was actually going to be a goal for them, but obviously we didn't concede. But Sesko there with a wonderful ball received to him, and the goalkeeper's in no man's land. I've noticed that a lot. My goalkeeper as well. Goalkeepers do seem to have a mistake in him on this game. They really do. João Felix picks up the ball here, and this is wonderful. Plays it back. So what a run from Ademi there. And again, little touch to the right, and the keeper's gone. Just completely no man's land. Again, when you give these type of players that opportunity, they're going to take it. And we also do receive a penalty there, which you've seen. Carrasco, the man who is so calm from the spot. Sesko to Ademi. Arias there, just going down the line. Such a quick fullback. And actually takes it on himself and, puts it into the keeper's far post. And I think the goalkeeper will question himself this game, because it was an absolutely abysmal performance from him and probably cost his team at least 3 of them goals. But a game which we did definitely deserve to win. Have more of the ball, more XG, more shots on target, more shots overall. And just a game which I had no doubt going into it that we would be able to pick up 3 points, even though we were the away team. Great ratings from everyone on the team. Obviously, Ademi does get the highest match rating, which is good to see. As of Valencia, I mean, I don't know how the goalkeeper didn't break into the 5 match ratings, to be honest. Absolutely pathetic from him. just some of the decisions that he was making just sort of gifted us 3 goals, but we will take it and we'll move on to the next game. So we then take on Atlético Pamplona, a team that is struggling in this division big time. And we were at home, we had the advantage, I know, but we won 3-1, but it goes back to the game I played previously. Even Pamplona managed to get a goal, and they're really struggling. So it was a poor performance from the last team, but Felix, again, does that so commonly, just cuts it into the right-hand corner of the goal, and there's nothing the keepers can do about it. He's such a good finisher of the ball. But they do get an opportunity here, which they do take. Budimir into Barja, and I'm not going to slate Oblak too much because he did parry it into a dangerous area, but it was one hell of a save, the first one. Felix here, though, to Llorente, back into Rudiger, who always pushes up higher, quite like that. Koke, and he just rips it. And I mean, what a way to get us back in the lead. Koke's been such an influential player in that midfield trio, and honestly, it's just really good to see. And to be honest, I mean, when I took this job, I mean, what a strike again, by the way, from Lodi. I was just talking, but when I got this job, I was aware how strong this midfield was. They're blessed with midfielders. This is a trio of dreams as a manager. All work hard for the team. And as you can see here, we nearly touched 70% of the ball. 13 shots on target, 27 shots in general, 2.78 XG overall. A game which I don't think anyone can say we didn't deserve to win. We had 2 disallowed goals as well. Fantastic match ratings out of everyone. Koke getting man of the match, which is really good to see as well. And Pamplona, I mean, it was just, they got a goal. It wasn't a complete thumping in terms of scoreline. They've done what they can. They're having a really poor season. And in many ways, I do feel kind of bad for them. But we take the 3 points and we'll move on. So we then go and play Celta Vigo, a team, again, quite struggling. I think they were 14th when we played them in a 4-0 win at home. Dybala will show you this because he steps up, tucks it in the bottom left. Keeper could do nothing. But they are struggling, Celta Vigo, a team which do have potential, but this season just haven't really unlocked it. And Felix, you know, just playing a wonderful ball into Sesko, and the composure on this guy. When he's firing, he is firing. Absolutely sensational from him. Koke into Llorente. Jimenez just on the edge of the box, just teasing it. Koke into Felix, touches it down, plays it into Dybala, and them shots always don't look like they're going to go in when you're watching them live, but the accuracy to put it right in the bottom corner gets us the goal, and that is 3-0 to Atletico Madrid. Dybala looking for just to create anything, and he does, into Felix, who wins the flick on, and the goalkeeper's got no hope in saving that. Ademi, Felix, Sesko, Dybala, all players, when they're one-on-one, there's a good chance that you're not going to be able to do anything. And fantastic rating there out of Felix, Dybala and Sesko. The front three really firing there. And a game which, again, we did deserve to win. I mean, 14 shots, 6 on target, 2 XG, equal possession. They did have a couple of shots, but overall didn't create too much to make me think, oh, this game's going to go in their favour. And if we look at their stats here, yeah, majority of their attacking players are quite poor games. I mean, Servi with a 5.6. You rarely see players go down that low, but Servi's obviously done that, and that's not gonna, it's not gonna result well when you drop a match ratings like that. But you know, we move on now to what is the first leg of the Champions League knockouts against Borussia Dortmund, and trust me, this tie gets tasty. So I know you can instantly see the scoreline. By the way, guys, if you want me to put like a little overlay on this so you can't see it, let me know. But it's just, I think it doesn't really matter anyway, because this is purely showing you highlights of the season type of thing, and then we play the important games. But we do lose this 2-0 at home, which instantly made me worried about the second leg, and so it should have done. But Dortmund, the team, they've got Haaland on here, they've got Royce, they've got some fantastic players, Bellingham as well, and he was the man that actually put them 1-0 up with a very scrappy set piece. But to be honest, we played abysmal. Embarrassment. Didn't deserve anything, weren't at the races, just weren't up for the challenge, and Haaland proves that with a wonderful finish into the near post. Obviously Haaland is still at Dortmund on this save, but again, shocker performance. Trust me, these stats tell a lie, because until the first half we had nothing. I mean nothing. We were getting pasted. Absolutely just a joke of a team. Do not want to comment on any individual players, because I don't want to put the morale down, but absolute joke. Fair play to Dortmund, though. They come out and they absolutely dominated the game. Haaland with an 8.1, everyone else with average ratings, Bellingham with a good rating, actually, and the back line, to be fair. But But no, this left us in a really, really impossible situation in the leg two. So not very good when it comes to the Champions League. Obviously, Inter Milan was a breeze, and I thought Dortmund might have been a bit easier, but they come out and they were the better team. But let's get on. The next game is against Villarreal, one of our boogie teams in the league this time. So let's see how we do. Yes, yes, yes. You could be seeing a season collapse. We lost to Dortmund. We've now lost to Villarreal, which, again, it has happened before, but we're on such a good run in the league, and we went down to 10 men before the second half. Firstly, this penalty spot needs investigating. Not penalty spot, goalkeeper spot, and the penalty spot is so muddy. The conditions were awful. They were awful, but I don't want to make excuses. And the annoying thing with this is, we actually go 1-0 up. Hermoso puts us 1-0 up so early on, and it looked like it was going to be bright, but obviously we get sent off, and Villarreal are a team from set pieces and from weaknesses that you show, they will counter on them, and they did, as they do here, with another set piece, and it's, Cuenca at the back post with an easy header. And overall, Villarreal, typical. Like they didn't have too many shots, but they work with what they've got. And people slate them, people say they're negative, but to be honest, it's their game style. They dominated possession. Granted, we were down to 10 men, but they dominated possession. They dominated the game. And to be honest, I can't slate them. It's how football teams play nowadays. And overall, our performance was shocking. We look at some of the Villarreal players; they were quite average. But Asenjo there, obviously. That is the ex-Real Madrid man. Obviously, they're on the left-hand side for Villarreal. And they did deserve it because we created nothing and we were down to 10 men. But the next game, guys, is a big one. It is the Dortmund second leg, and I want to talk a bit about it before we actually run the highlights. So let's get into that. So we then get into the second leg of the Borussia Dortmund game. And if you're wondering, we do manage to come back. We actually won this game 6-1. I did make some changes. Had a big formation change towards the start of the game. Pretty much about before we got this goal, I decided to play about with it a little bit. So we'll talk about that afterwards. But Ademi here goes down the line, ball across into Saul. It's poor defending there from the left back. But to score this many goals away from home was a surprise, to be fair. When they got this goal here with Donny Marlon, I did think that was going to be this high because I thought they were going to get a few more and it was going to be game over. But Rudiger plays a lovely ball over the top there to Ademi, who just touches it down well. Ball back inside into Was, across into Dybala, and what a player he's been for us this season. I mean, that's got to be what... I don't know how... We'll have to have a look at his stats again at the end of this because he must have got quite a few goals. Llorente there picking up another goal. But no, they sort of fell apart, to be honest, and I think the way that I set up the formation definitely helped, and I'm going to explain what I done after this, because obviously we can see the formation and it will break it down, but Dybala again getting a goal, and if you look here, we literally got 3 goals in the space of about, I think it must have been 10-15 minutes, right before half-time, and a penalty after half-time, so they really did lose their heads as Ademi goes through here and does actually pick up the last goal to seal it out, and at this point I think Dortmund had given up. Absolutely bottled it. To be fair to them, though, in the first leg, I thought they were going to write me off. But this is the formation I played, so I changed it from the wingers because the wing play in the first game was absolutely awful. So I changed it to sort of, stack out the midfield. Because we've got the players to play narrow as well. We've got this trio, which we kept. But then I put Dybala in attack and playmaker. And I had this is a deep line forward and an advanced forward. In the formation, and the fullbacks obviously pushed up to act as wingers almost. But we did deserve to win the game. I mean, 4.11 XG, 12 shots on target, 22 in general, dominated the ball as well. But overall, the other advantage I did have, which I forgot to say, is that I think Haaland is he was either injured or they rested him for some reason, because they actually played Marlon on the right, and then they played Zachary up top with Kuna, obviously our ex-man there, and an awful rating from the centre-back and Mori as well at right-back. But a game which was very hard to turn around, but we did do it. But we've got one more game of the episode, which is going to be the cup final. So let's get into that, because that is a cup that we do actually need to win. So then this is the team we're going to be playing in the cup final. The Copa del Rey final against Valencia. We're going to have a quick look at Dybala because we wanted to look at his stats, didn't we? And he's still keeping up consistently. I mean, 20 games, 19 goals, 8 assists. And he's doing it in the Champions League as well. I mean, 9 games, 7 goals, 2 assists. By far our best player, I imagine. And considering he was free, you really can't complain. But this is the team we're going to play. I'm going to stick with this formation just because The players are used to it, and also I think that like the wing play in the big games doesn't really live up to it. Like, I mean, against Dortmund in the first game, it was really noticeable. Nothing was being created on there, so I'm going to stick with this just because we have just come off a big win with it and see how it goes. We can always revert back, obviously, mid-game. We've got quite a few people that obviously can't make the bench in this game. We are actually going to change that. I'll put Vitolo on the bench, but a very strong team. And I know it's, you know, we are also got a league game pretty close, but at the end of the day, this is the whole point in this series is to try and win all the trophies we can and all the big ones. So we do have to come out and try and win this one. Valencia aren't, I mean, I've not personally struggled against them, but I mean, they're not a bad team. So hopefully they don't cause us any issues here. What are they playing? That's not obviously Luis Suarez, is it? No, okay. I thought it was for a second, but obviously there's two. Guedes as well, which is I know is very good. Gaia, I'm familiar with. Soler, I know as well. So I mean, they've got a decent team. But overall, have we just got commentary on? I'm just making sure we've. Right, we're going to change this to key highlights because we sort of want to watch this game a bit. But it's been quite an equal game, to be fair, in terms of like actual. I mean, highlights. Obviously, we've not seen any because I had them off. But luckily I realised and we're back into it now. But Jimenez into Oblak, Rudiger. He always likes to drive forward, Rudiger. I do like that. And Dybala. It's his 36th goal overall. That's what I wanted to see at the bottom. 36 goals this season from Dybala. And what a time to get it as well. In the cup final. And we've got another chance here. Who's injured? That's not one of our players, is it? I don't think so. I think it's one of theirs. But again, Oblak, I feel like that's a corner which he didn't need to... Not corner, a set piece he didn't need to come for. And he has done. And that was cost us. We're now drawing 1-1 right before half-time as well. That's not ideal. Let's be careful what we say here as well. I'm just going to keep going because, to be honest, that wasn't a team mistake. It was literally on the goalkeeper, I'm going to be honest. Was might actually have to come off because he is looking tired. So is Koke, though. Right, we're going to take Koke off first because, obviously, it's quite an important area of the pitch, that midfield role. Just because, I mean, you're constantly running. Both fullbacks are tired. I mean, I'm going to let this highlight play out and then I'm going to make subs. And hopefully it doesn't cost me waiting. Right, we're going to make subs. Don't know how many we get in this tournament, actually. I don't know if it's 5 or 3. I'm going to take Was off, though. Get Arias on. And who else is really... Saul is really tired. Unfortunately, we don't have many other options in that midfield. I'm not playing Lamar there, so Saul might have to play there. Again, I need to get more depth in that area, but it's just one of them things. I'm going to give a little team talk. And hopefully, we can go out and try and get a goal here, because this game is looking tight. I know it wouldn't be too easy. I'm not actually... Is he onside? He's onside. Right, okay. We better go attacking now. Right, here we go. Right, let's make some subs. Right. Let's get him on. Let's run it. Hopefully we can create one last chance. Go on, one more chance. And we get it, Benjamin Sesko, the guy that has just come on. And that is a great substitution for me to bring him on. I was debating who to bring on between Ademi and, take off Ademi or Felix. And I went with Ademi because Felix is just a player that has been consistent right from the start. And luckily it's paid off as Sesko comes on and actually gets the goal to force this to an extra time. And that should be a penalty. It should be. I don't know if it's going to be given. It has been given. I mean, no real arguments there. They can't really argue it. To Paul with a chance, and he takes it. So now we find ourselves... I mean, what a turnaround that is. We're going to get the time wasting on now as well, because we have got to seal this game out. I'm not going to change it from positive because... Okay, we can make more subs as well. That is handy because we need them. Right. Dybala can come off for... Let's get Lamar on in that attacking playmaker or attacking midfielder role. We're going to keep it like that for now. Actually, Lodi, he can come off. We can sub him off. No, we can't. I'm literally just trying to sub off anyone that's tired at this point because I don't want any more injuries. But Saul is having to play this the whole game. He's going to be absolutely knackered. But I mean, we've deserved to win this game. Look at the stats. 20 shots, 9 on target, 3.18 XG, 54% possession. Everything in our favour. And I think this could be it. We've done it. We've done it. Copa del Rey. I mean, it's not a massive trophy in the big picture, but the whole point of this series, as I've said, is we've got to win every trophy possible with the club. Apart from, like, obviously, if you win Champions League before Europa, then we won't bother rerunning it for Europa. But this is one of them that we didn't win, and we've done it this season against Valencia, a team which caused us a lot more issues than what I thought, to be honest. But there's the little trophy lift. You know, I always like watching these because there's always one of these guys that will do a cartwheel. I guarantee it. We'll watch it. We'll watch it. I guarantee one of them will do a cartwheel. I'm going to go with this guy here. I reckon Sesko's going to do it. Is it Sesko? No, it's number 5. Is that... Who is number 5? Is that Hermoso? I actually forgot who that is. But they always do it. Number 5. DePaul actually worked out the cartwheel. Fair play to him. So that is a fantastic way to end this video then, guys. I mean, that is now 2 trophies with 1 before the end of the season. We're still top of the league. Where are we, actually? We've got quite a good advantage in the league, and we're still in the Champions League in the semi-final versus Liverpool. So a very, very tough game that is. So next episode is going to be a good one because we're going to be playing Liverpool. We're actually going to play both legs in the Champions League there in the semi-final. So next episode we'll find out if we do get into the final of the Champions League. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, as always, please do leave it a like, drop a comment below as well of how you think it's going so far. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications as well. It helps the channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it enough, please do leave a like on the video, and please do subscribe, turn on notifications for plenty more uploads. Underneath my camera, I've personally selected a video which I really think you'll like, and also up next on the other side is a video that YouTube think you might like from my channel. So please do check them out, guys. Also, if you do want to keep in touch with me, be sure to follow my socials. I've got my Instagram and my Twitter above. I love to interact with you guys. But last but not least, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.